let's start with the roll of leg raise down your spine. We'll have a seat. Apologize to the people on the YouTube channel. The stand isn't working as well as usual, so it's maybe a little askew, but I know your alignment will be perfect. So here we go, head and tail supported, legs in line with your hips, your feet and your hips in line with your hip sockets, feet and knees about 4 inches apart, and then just open the arms out to the side, let them be outstretched, and the back of the hands to the ground. We'll rock a little side to side. Massaging out that line muscle alongside the spine, to the right, to the left. Get a nice release here across your shoulder blades. And feel that massage, that deep tissue massage into the skull, the base of the skull, and at your sacrum. As you go side to side, you'll also feel that tug, that pull into the front of the shoulder and your pec. And weight shift in your feet from side to side. Then we can come back to center. Stabilize your feet, organize them here. And you lift the arms up, embrace the air over your chest. Exhale, pull the arms slowly out and down. You could use weight here for your hands. Usually use light weights in Pilates, maybe 2 pounds, usually 3 pounds maximum. But people have different preferences. We use a lighter weight because you work slowly and you're trying to resist gravity on the way down and resist momentum on the way up. And of course, the weights are held at arms, legs, so that also makes them heavier as you work from your center. So we inhale to bring the arms up, lift the air into your body, exhale, and expel the air out of your mouth. Open the space above you, and one more. Embrace in and exhale. Feel how the blades are narrowing around the roller as the arms descend. Then lift the arms straight up to the ceiling, and we reach the hips high, shrug the shoulders off the roller, exhale, pull the blades down. So shoulder blade protraction, lift, retraction, sink. Arms are at least as wide as your rib cage, as they glide up to the ceiling and then pull down. When the arms go up, the collarbones narrow and smile up at their edges. When you exhale, pull the blades down, the collarbones widen, and they curve down. If you want to find the shape of the roller beneath them. So shrug the shoulders up, melt them down slowly, and we'll do one more. This is excellent for releasing tension in your neck as well as opening your chest. So we'll turn the palms forward as you inhale, and then exhale, lengthen the arms long at your side. With the inhale, we lift the arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, bring the arms back by your ears. Stretch your body open to the ceiling above, and then bring the arms forward, and exhale all the way down. It could also be helpful to hold the ball between your thighs and squeeze it in to get a little bit of work from the inner thigh line. It'll help you find your central axis as you gently press the ball between your legs. And we release again. And exhale and sweep the arms back. Keep the ribs grounded here. No additional arch in the spine. Then bring the arms forward and they reach forward and down. Tap your fingers to the floor simultaneously. One more up and back. You do want to watch if the arms are staying parallel. If one of them has more range, then I would leave that arm down at the mat and maybe just do the other arm on its own. Next, we'll take the hands to your shoulders, right hand to right shoulder, left hand to left, and circle the elbows up, exhale out wide, around and down. You're drawing a circle on each side of your body with the elbow points. You're also rotating the uterus, the arm bone on the socket, so the aspect of the arm changes. You scoop the air up and you kind of dump and drop it down. So there's that rotation happening of the uterus on the joint surface here, as well as the circles you're drawing in the air side to side. Let's complete this and reverse it. Take it down, spin it back, bring it up, forward, and down. You can move your shoulder blades here on top of the roller, or you can just hold the blades steady and move the arm bone on the socket. But they're good, they're just different choices. We'll do one final circle like this. And then extend the arms forward, looking out for your fingertips. And we lift the arms up and back by your ears. And exhale, circle wide around and forward. Turn the palms down and push the arms up and behind you. Exhale, circle around and forward. palms down again. Back. One of my clients calls this the I surrender position with arms up by your ears. And take it up behind you and circle around. And then reverse. Palms up to circle back. Stretch the fingers behind you. Exhale, push the arms down to the air like you're moving through water. And then cut the arms through that water. Push them around to the side and exhale. Push down again. The body relatively stable here, balancing on the roller. You're never going to be completely still. There's always a little bit of mobility that you keep coming back to your center. We'll do one more here. Spreading your feet into the mat. Big exhale. Pull the navel down to the spine. And now we'll bring the elbows wide, thumbs together, index fingers together for diamond arms. Press the hands into each other, and then we swing the arms back overhead, breaking your face. And the same shape goes forward, floating over the abs. So you just take the arms behind you. Again, watch you're not overarching the mid back. Keep the natural curve in the spine there without accentuating it as the arms go back. This way you will stretch out your lats. And of course, you're still getting that nice shoulder massage, massaging up the space between your blades. All right, we'll bring the arms down to the side and then slide on off of the roller. Right. And let's take a posture mat to be perpendicular to your body. And we'll lay down onto it, so right at the tip of the shoulder blades. Use that, support your head. And here, arch back. So you look up at the ceiling, and behind you, let the elbows fall open to the floor. With that, your head supported by your hands. Tip the chin to the chest, and then you move the head forward and up. Moving forward from the neck, the shoulders. We feel that work at the abdominal wall. And we go back, the elbows will flare open and down. And then as we exhale and come forward, pull the elbows together and in. Widening the back of the body, narrowing the front. Inhale, arch back here. And exhale forward. The position of the roller may depend on your flexibility here and extension. So be sure that it feels like the roller is at a good place at the axis of the arm. And then forward here. Do one more. Exhale forward like so. Okay, coming up, we'll slide the roller under your glutes. So take the roller under your knees, lay back down. Big press into the ground, lift your hips up, the roller now across your sacrum, across the widest part of your hips, and just fold the knees into your chest. Hold the outside of the roller steady, and we rock the knees from one side, listen the legs. Exhale to center, inhale to the other side. Massage out your glutes. We're looking for points of tension here that may need a little release. If you get to a point where you're like, oh, I really need pressure right there, stay there and do some micro movements. So with the roller, you want to figure out what your body wants. It's going to talk to you for sure. And then you can just adjust your angle of your legs, adjust the angle of pressure into the glute there. Be sure you make this your practice and do what your body needs. The opposite shoulder blade stays grounded, so you get more rotation through your spine. Just do one more set. So you're inhaling to take it over, exhale to the midline, to center, looking up as the knees point up, and then look away as you split over to the opposite side. Pull yourself back to center. Use your breath, use your obliques. And then lower the feet down, adjust the roller if you need to. And we'll pull both legs in and then up to the ceiling. Just for a little scissors here. So the right leg is back, the left leg is forward. And then switch the legs. And switch again. Legs track in line with the hip joint. So as the legs pass through the air to center, they're only about 4 to 5 inches apart. And then we'll come back to where the right leg is over the shoulder, the left leg is forward. Rotate the legs externally, circle the legs out and around. One goes forward, one goes back, and spin in the opposite direction. So again, you're rotating the leg on the socket, just like we did with the arm on the shoulder joint surface. It's great for your hips. We're oiling it out in all different possible directions. And one last one. Both legs up to the ceiling. Bend your knees. Lower your feet to the ground. Lift your hips up in a bridge, and then squeeze the lower out underneath you. And then lower your spine down. Extend the legs. Just feel how your body has opened up, the front of the body, or released and relaxed. From here, we're coming up to sitting, and then we'll roll back into an upper curl for hundreds. So sitting in the front of your mat, take your hands to the back of your thighs, look down as you tilt the pelvis, pull the tail up, and roll back across your glutes over the sacrum, over the hips to the waist, to the base of the ribs, the tips of the shoulder blades, and pull both legs in, squeeze them tight along their inner edges, and extend the legs forward and up as you extend the arms, start humping. The arms press up and down, they reach actively across the room. Stay high with upright curls. You want to feel the muscles engage right under your chest. The head is tilted forward. Don't look up. I know it's tempting. You ought to see where our legs are, but you know where they are. Just keep looking down so you can keep that neck as vertical as you can and keep that deep bend through the chest. So the arms nice and steady, pumping the air into your lungs and pushing the air out. Fingers reach long, so you're trying to pull your shoulders away from your ears, away from the root behind you. Deep breath in, and the whole body's going to expand. Watch the abdominals lift, the chest rise, and then exhale, everything pulls together and down to your center. Give 2 more breaths. Press the legs into each other wherever they touch. And exhale completely. Pull the knees in, lay your head back. Turn your head side to side. And then extend the legs forward for roll-up. You have the option of using your TheraBand here. And you could also use hand weights if you wanted to. But we'll lift the arms up. Only take the arms back as far as you can hold the ribs grounded here. The same lift of the waist. Then bring the arms forward and up. Lift your head down and shoulders. Exhale and pull your body off the ground. Dive forward here, sucking the waist back. Let the head fall between the arms, ears between arms here. And then we start to roll the pelvis back. So the tail moves forward, the lower back starts to sink into the ground. The arms can lift to a height where you still have control of your descent to the floor. And then you reach the arms back to feel that stretch through your sideline. And then bring the arms up, lift your head and chest, exhale, pull yourself forward. Dive over, imagine scooping over a beach ball here. Lift that ball up into your belly, up into your ribs. And now bringing it back. We roll down here along the mat, 1 inch, 1 vertebra at a time. Head goes back, the arms reach back, and lift again. Exhale, pull yourself up. Dive forward here. The shoulders melt behind you as the head reaches out between the thumbs. And we take it back again 1 more time. And then circle the arms around at your side. Today we're going to add a little bit more advanced exercise called rollover. So it's sort of the same shape of what you just did, but we're bringing hips up in the air. So you can pull your knees in and then pull them in towards your chest, legs zippered together. Extend the legs forward and out slightly. So this is like similar to our jackknife, but we're going over low and staying low. So legs together, soft plank. Bring legs up in the air, push to the arms. Balance on your shoulders, you're gazing up and back. Now here you would open the legs, flex the feet. The feet are open about 5 inches. And then you slowly come down with your spine. Press your arms into the ground to engage your lats, and the belly will release you down 1 inch, 1 vertebra at a time. Take your legs out to your working level. That means you feel the work in your abs when you don't arch the back. Close the legs, point the feet, and then go up and over again. Push down, exhale to lift the hips up. You balance on your shoulders, the gaze is up and not to the side. And then open flex. And then try to lower the legs towards your chest as you go down to give you a deeper stretch in the back line of your body. Continue with the tail to the floor, reach the legs forward and out. Point the feet, close. You could also do this with your hips elevated initially on the roller, just like we practiced that initiation with the jackknife exercise. So open flex and down you go. Your back is going to widen as it lengthens towards the floor. And then let's close and now open the second set of three. You go over with the pointed foot, the legs apart. A little more difficult on the lift. Close the legs, flex, and then work your spine down. Keep pulling the toes in towards your shins, in towards your kneecaps. And then you reach the legs away. Again, working level. You don't want to overdo it. We open, we come up. Exhale to pull up in the air. Legs together, feet flexed here. And work it down, try to lower the legs close to your chest, close to your face. Of course, eventually they move up in the air and forward one last one. And as you're holding a ball between the legs, squeeze it as you come up and over. Close, exhale, and we come all the way down. And we're going to add another more advanced exercise here called trick. So we'll take the left leg down. That foot is flexed, the right leg is up in the air. And then bring it forward maybe to about 45, 50 degrees off the ground, arms lengthened at your side. So from here, you lift the head, the neck, the chest, upright curl, looking to the inside of the leg down your midline. Take your left hand to the back of the leg, pull yourself up. Yeah, that's good. And then come all the way up and try to sit right up on your sits bone, hands as far out on the leg towards the ankle as possible. Lift the chest, broaden it. And now we tuck, look down. You hold that leg in the air at the same angle, hopefully. And then you're walking your spine down and your hands go down your leg. Hold both legs exactly where they are. And then at the end, you lay yourself down and you stretch the arms forward, palms to the floor. Coming up again. Tip your head forward, look at your midline. You can bring the opposite hand across the leg first. So it goes underneath the leg. And then you walk up, bring your hands to the underneath part, avoiding the back of the knee. And try to use that connection of your arm to your leg to pull yourself up a little more vertical here with your spine. And we're pushing the leg out into space. The other one pushes out on the floor. And as you go back, your hands can move. Try to think of the spine doing the initial movement and the arms just following along. Open the chest as the arms lengthen here, and we lift up again. Look at your midline, left hand to the back of the right leg. Come up. So it's really your psoas, your deep hip flexor. It's lifting you. You'll feel that work also in the abdominals on the way down as you release eccentrically towards the floor. Now from here, bend the elbows, lift the leg up a little bit, and then exhale, press it down. We're trying not to round the back. Good. You might have a little bend in the knee. That's fine as long as you feel a healthy stretch in the hamstring at the back of your thigh. From here, you can walk your hands down the legs like we just did, or more difficult, you take the arms out. This is similar to the teaser we do later, and you work your spine down, reaching the right leg out and away, curve your back into the ground, bring your arm down, and let's lift that leg up, give it a little stretch. And then scissor switch your legs. We're doing tree on one side and then on the other. So you want to lower that leg to an angle where you think you can come up. If the leg is too high, you're not coming up. If it's too low, it also doesn't feel right in your body. So let's lift your head, right hand to the back of the left leg, pull yourself up. On the first one, you might make an adjustment to see like what the right angle for the leg is compared to your body, compared to the floor. But then after that, try to pull that diagonal. Look down as you roll the tail up, round the back. And as you imprint your spine down the middle of your mat, the arms follow, bring your right hand on the back of the leg. At the bottom, you stretch the arms forward, palms flat to the ground, fingers long. And then lift again. Try not to look directly at the leg, but look to the inside line of it. So your gaze is still in line with your sternum, with your navel, that midline of your body. Come up, and if you can, reach up on your sits bone, lift your chest a little wider and higher. And then we look down again, round the tail up. So you're doing a little pelvic tuck, posterior tilt of the pelvis. We go down. It's an active press with the leg into the hand and the hand into the leg. all the way down. Let the hands reach forward to move the shoulders away from the ears. And last time to lift, coming up. This is good. This is a really advanced roll up, right? So you're coming all the way up. Elbows broad, and now inhale, lift the leg, you bend the elbows wide, exhale, release the leg away. So we pick it up and release it forward and down. One more like this. Pull a healthy stretch in the middle of the hamstring, and then lift the leg, hold it at your working level. You have the option of walking your hands down or just release the arms forward. Imagine holding the ball between your arms, squeeze it from the armpits, hold that leg at the same height as you pull your body to the ground. And then once we're down, let's lift that leg up and give it a little hug here, stretching out the back of the leg. All right, and then you can fold that knee in and stretch it forward next to the other one. Now today, since we're introducing some of the more advanced exercises, we're also going to do the more advanced single leg circle. So you can always go back into the other variation, particularly if you like to stretch with the fair band. But we're going to begin by pulling the right knee in, lift the foot up to the ceiling here, soft point through the foot. So we want to do this with control because it's really easy to get this wrong if you move fast. So as you take the leg across the body, take it over as far as you can without the hip lifting, and gradually lift the hip, lift the waist, lift the base of the ribs, and keep the scapula down. So just see how far you can go without picking up the shoulder blow. And then come on back down from the left side, left shoulder to the waist, to the right hip, and that lifts the leg up. I'm just going to practice that again. So the leg is reaching up and soft point through the foot. Cross the leg over. So first keep it down and feel the weight of the leg. The angle of the leg starts to peel you off on a diagonal. So the hip rises. You'll feel the sacrum lift, the waist, the lower ribs, the upper ribs, and the shoulder blades stay down. And then let's imprint down from the left shoulder to the waistline, to the right glute, to lift the leg up to the ceiling. Good, and we're switching the legs. So right leg down, left leg up, same thing here. So we'll rotate the left leg a little internally, pull it across, the left hip grounded, reach out to the foot, peel the hip off, come up on a diagonal across your body. The left shoulder blade still down, reach long with the foot across the room. And now pull down from your right shoulder blade down on a diagonal to your waist, down on diagonal to the lower left glute. And when the glute is on the ground, that moves the leg vertically up in the air. And do that again. So we take the leg over first, internal rotation, reach it across and feel the body come off the mat on a diagonal. Stretch it out, reach it long, hold the collarbones wide, the shoulder blades grounded here, particularly the left one, as the leg moves to the right. And then exhale down to the right shoulder, dilate across the blade to the waist, across the sacrum, down onto the glute, and the leg lifts in the air, and scissor switch. So that was just to give you a little sensation of what it's like to roll on and off the mat on the diagonal. So much of Pilates is done in that medial central plane, like vertical here on the midline of the body. So now for the full exercise, we begin by taking the leg internally rotate and bring the leg over, coming off on that diagonal line. Now the left side of the body stays grounded. The right hip is up, but the right shoulder blade is down. And you circle the leg forward low. You'll feel the body come back to the diagonal. Keep the left side heavy as you pull the right leg out to the side and up to the ceiling. So it's all about the right side being mobile. You start with a deep inhale, and then it's a long exhale. Low out, externally rotate, hold the left side grounded, press the left arm as the right leg comes around and up to the sky. And we do that again. So you can feel your body pulls off the mat following the foot's action in the air. And then it comes back and around with the weight of the leg moving here. We'll just do one more in this direction. So you spiral off. The right side is fluid, it's mobile. There'll be a shift of weight on the left side of the body, but really the left side of the body stays grounded, especially when the leg moves out to the right. Good, now at the top, we're reversing. So the left side of the body is heavy. You can take your left hand on your left hip bone, open the leg out to the right, and then circle it forward. Drag it across, go off the ground. And then as you lift the leg, you can feel the body come down, across the diagonal, left shoulder to right glute, and then the right leg stretches out. The left side gets heavier, it drops into the floor. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching with your foot. as you draw this huge circle in the air. 2 more. Short inhale to start the circle, a longer exhale, just like we do on the beginner intermediate version of this exercise. And really be aware of the relationship of what's happening with your torso to the position and movement of your leg. We come up to the top and scissor switch the legs. Right leg down, left arm is up. And now we start with the left leg going across the body first. Soft point, inchly rotate, pull the hip off the ground, but keep the shoulder blade of the left down, and then reach forward, circle the leg. Now the right side is your focus now. You hold it down, you hold it grounded as the left leg reaches out. Externally rotates it up to the ceiling in a neutral position, and then cross it over, spiral the hip. One pelvic half is up, one pelvic half is down on the mat. And you circle around. You should feel a lot of work here in your low abs, otherwise you're not focused. Exhale. Put your mind where you want your body to feel the work. Your arms are still lengthening. You can press them into the ground to help you hold your shoulder blades steady. All the way around, low. The right side is grounded, even though the weight shift may occur as you change the angle of the body. Now here, let's reverse. Externally rotate the left leg out to the left. The right side is sinking into quicksand. And then you bring the leg down, around, across the body. Spiral the hip off, following the foot. Lift the foot up, and then we gradually pull the body down in the diagonal across the mat. And then out we go again. Once you really have this in your body, of course, we pick up the tempo, but we want to be sure that it's precise and accurate before we pick up the speed. And of course, tempo is another way to make the exercise either easier or more difficult. In some ways, it's harder to do it slow, and in some ways, it's easier. But this gives us time to think about it when it's a new effort. Okay, so pull that knee into your chest. Hope you liked it. And then we'll roll up to sitting or rolling with the ball. Great. Good work for my people here. So we're lifting your feet up and just your feet together, elbows wide. Suck the belly back into your spine, seat curve back. Inhale, we lift the tail over the shoulder blades. But in the air, exhale forward to your balance point. And of course, if you're doing this at home or here, you just want to be sure that you have enough padding under your back to make it feel comfortable. You're rolling every inch of the spine from top to bottom and then from bottom to top. And one of the brilliant things about the rolling exercise is you definitely are training yourself to work the right and left side of the body equally. If you can roll in a straight line down your mat and back to foot. Deep exhale to lift all the way up. Okay, so now we're going into the ab series. So right hand to the right ankle, and on the right shin below the knee. We pull that leg in, lift the left foot off the ground, and now you work your spine down. Take your time, see if you can count to maybe 4 to 6. As you go down, so you're not just falling, but you're working up at the shin into the hands, down with the hands into the legs, and in your upright curl. Inhale, let's switch the legs. One shoots forward, one pulls back, and switch. Go from one side to the other. It's shooting out of the slack and then pulling close to your chest. So you get the heel down to the glute as you get more flexible across the knee. And of course, if that bothers your knee, that's not what you do. Right? Then you'd be holding onto the back of the thigh instead. We're going to end with the knees in. One hand to each shin. Now inhale, stretch arms and legs up to the ceiling. As the knees fold in, you circle the arms to embrace the legs. Now, as you advance the exercise, the arms and legs move away from each other. There's all kinds of various angles you could do. And then we stretch again. In any case, you want to sort of pause for a second at the full extension of the body. And then big exhale to embrace and pull it back down. One more. Reach out. Exhale. Pull it back. Rest your head. Turn your head side to side. Next, we're coming up for scissors. So we lift head, neck, and chest. Extend the legs. Take the right leg up high, the left leg out. and pull yourself up with down your midline. Inhale, let's switch the legs. And exhale, switch again. Reach as high up on the legs as you can. Pull that back in over your chest. You don't want to strain the hamstring, but you definitely want to stretch it. Just do one more, and with the left leg up, lift the right leg, bring your hands behind your head, pull your head up and the elbows down and in. Double leg, lower leg, push the legs out and away. You only go as far as you feel secure that your abs can support your back. And then exhale to pull the legs up. So if you take it slower, you're going to get more work. You'll also have more control, and you'll make a better decision about how far you're moving. Now, when people start this exercise, often they just move their legs a couple of inches, and that's absolutely appropriate. We don't want to overwork the back. You're doing something stupid, like supporting a third of your body weight from the base of your spine and taking the feet all the way to the ground until you're ready to do that. It's all about training your body, challenging it to a safe level, and then gradually increasing the range as you practice your Pilates more and more. Now let's twist to the right, and then twist to the left. Up and forward, armpit to the inside of the leg. Look, your gaze goes down towards the front edge of your mat, right along your sideline. And supporting the back of the head to give you that extra lift and the bend of the chest. We end to the left, go back to center, lay it down, brace the legs in, and here let's just circle the knees. It's called knee stirs. We're pulling the knees and the feet apart, and then reverse the circles. Okay, and then rolling up to sitting for spine stretch. So you can come up, the legs will open. If your back line is tight, either in your back or in your hamstrings, you want to elevate your hips up. And we'll extend the arms forward, widen the collarbones so the shoulders fall behind you. Push the arms down, lift up through your halo, look down and dive forward. Curve the belly back, dive forward here, stretching out and over your legs. Press down through your legs and articulate the spine up and all the way up. Shoulders fall as you lift your chest, look at the horizon. Look down and over again. Curve your way over. Back is round and wraps around the front of your body. Press down through your heels, through your legs, through your sits bones. Come all the way up. With the chest, try to pick the ribs off the pelvic girdle. And then over time, look down and dive over. Out you go, forward and wide. As you go forward, because the back is widening, the blades will be pulled apart a little bit. They're not coming up by your ears, they're coming around to the front of the chest. And then here, just hold on to your feet. Flex the feet to get a little bit more stretch in the back of your legs, especially in the calves. Suck the legs back. And then we'll step the spine to come up. Hands can settle on your legs. All right, since we spent some time doing some newer exercises, there's some of you who've done them in previous years in classes with me, we're going to go now into your side kicks. So let's lay on your side. And you can prop yourself up on your bottom elbow. If that is not good for your neck, if it's not the right choice for you, you extend the arm out and you lay your head down. Ideally, you'd have a little pad here, like a folded towel or a mat, maybe, so that your neck was in line with your spine. And then here we bring the legs forward, make it 30 degrees from the line of your spine here, from your tailbone. Lift the tail up the wall behind you so there's a little arch in your back. Now, beginner, intermediate position, the hand is placed flat in front of your chest, and you press into the mat to engage your lats here, your serratus into your external oblique. To hold your body. You can also pull the bottom elbow in slightly towards your armpit, so that lower part of your body is elongated and also connected. So if you're moving on to a more advanced position, the hands behind your head, and you pull the head long. So your choice, just be sure that when you do this series that you're not rocking your torso back and forth. So as you flex the foot, it's lifted, you swing that leg forward, reach out and pulse 1, 2, point the foot, take it back. Now here's where if you're not in control with your core, you're gonna be leaning forward. And then we pulse again, flex the foot to bring it forward, double beat, and do not lean back. Your body's like glued onto its side seat on your mat. This is one of the hardest ones to do with the arm position as shown. So if this is new to you, you might do best to have your hand down in front of your chest until we get to a more vertical exercise. The leg. One more time, push it back, open the hip and stretch, use your glute to pulse. Come back to center, lower the leg, and now we will rotate the leg externally, point the foot to lift it up, flex to pull it down. Point lift, flex close, straight legs. Drag the space open, you squeeze the space shut. Now flex to go up. And then we point to push out and down, flex and lift, point, lengthen out and away. When we're like that, flex up and point, reach it up and down. From here, double pace. You bend the knee up towards the ceiling. You slide the foot in, bring the knee to the armpit, the foot to the ceiling, flex and reach it out and down. So glide it in, pick up the foot, and it comes in over the ribs, lift the foot, flex, and press it away. Good, one more like this. This part here, we're gonna do that deep flexion of the hip, often gets lost in the movement when we pick up the pace. Now reverse. Lift the leg, point, bend, skate it forward, and in the flex, which you keep as you lift the leg high, point the foot, bend the knee into the armpit, the foot touches down, you skate it forward. One more to go, up, point and bend. Try to avoid sticking your butt out while you do this. And here we go now for lunge jump. So you pick the leg up, and we circle it forward, up, around, back, and through center. Hold the body stable on the mat, regardless of the work in the leg, the tightness across the hip. If your psoas is tight, if you've been sitting all day, it's going to be harder to take the leg behind you and maintain your stability in the front, top of your body. So let's reverse. Take it back, open the hip. Rotate forward, up, around, down and through center. Pulling the head away from your tail and your tail away from your head will tighten up your connective tissue and help hold you steady inside that tube. And then we'll take the top leg back and the top arm forward, stretch and reach. This is called the advanced bicycle. The bottom leg pushes into the ground. Kick the leg forward to your hand, bring your hand to the ankle as close as you can. Now you exhale to pull the knee into your chest, feel the butt, knee to chest, hold onto the foot, top of the foot, swing the knee back, push it behind you so you have a quad stretch, maybe a psoas stretch as well, and then release arm and leg on the diagonal, stretch it out. And again, inhale to kick the leg forward. Keep the leg the same height off the ground, no matter where you are. Then the knee into your chest, embrace it, pull it tight, because we want compression and then we want to release. We take the foot in our hand, we push the knee back, and then release arm and leg, stretch long on the diagonal line. One more. You leave the sits bone back, the tail back, as you bring the leg forward, so you're not rounding your back in a shrimp shape. Fold the knee in here, hug it in tight, hand to foot, sweep it back, work for the quad stretch, and then release arm and leg, find the diagonal line. Now we lift the arm up, we circle it back as you fold the knee, bring your heel in towards your butt. Push the knee back a little bit more, enjoy that quad stretch, we don't get enough of that in everyday life. And now exhale, pull the knee into your chest. Extend the leg forward, reach it out, and then release arm and leg on the diagonal line. The bottom leg is still heavy to the floor. And we lift the arm, circle the arm back as you fold the knee, push the knee back, bring the heel in towards your sits bone, pull the knee into your chest, exhale. Inhale, extend the leg out. Exhale, release on the diagonal line. One more here. The arm lifts up, fold the knee back, collect the foot, reach back. Now pull the knee into your body, embrace it into your chest, stretch it forward, sweep it long, arm goes forward, leg goes back. Perfect. So now here, figure 4, the top foot comes in front of the bottom thigh, and you wrap your hand between the legs, try to push the knee up and away from you, and then we're going to lift the bottom leg up and then bring the bottom leg down. Bottom leg rises and sinks. You lift and lower, Lift it here and bring it down. Now lift and hold, and we circle our arms up. 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top, circle around it up. 1, 2, 3. Lift here, lower it down, and then extend the top leg on it. Now here, extend the arm out. And again, if this is new to you, you're probably best off taking your hand right in front of your chest, a little bit out, away from your body, so that you have a kickstand here with your arm. You can also, though, turn the palm up and take your fingers together and really press the bottom arm into the floor for a more difficult option. And you've got to balance on your sideline. Let's bring the bottom leg up. Sorry, the top leg up. And then the bottom one. The bottom leg lifts and lowers. It lifts and lowers. Go up and then bring it down. Now we're going to lift and hold it up. And now the top leg goes up and down. 3 times. Here's 2. Here's 3. Now, both legs are in the air. You pick the top leg up by moving the bottom one. So the bottom leg's going to bring it all the way down and then pull it up as high as you can go. Trying to stay in the same plane with your hips and your rib cage. Good, so we're not pushing the butt back to bring the legs forward to lift them higher. Try to keep your line. Now lift the legs up and little walks. And then this is harder, big strides. Swing the leg back, keep it off the floor, swing it forward. Here, I'm really pressing my hands into each other and also pressing the bottom arm wherever it's touching the floor into the ground. Wherever you can find a connection, use it. Come back to center, legs together, lift them, bring them down. Good, and that's your side kick series. So we're on our stomachs next. For grasshopper. So overlap your hands under your forehead, and then legs turn out. You'll lift the legs from the glutes and clap. Open, closing the thighs, stretching out long through the center of the sole of each foot. The tailbone is dropping, so you press the pubic bone and the foot press into the mat. Breathing as you do this. One more breath. And then lower the legs. Child's pose. Push off the ground, sink back with your hips over your heels. Of course, that only works if your knees are accommodating it. Otherwise, you lay on your back and pull the knees to your chest. Curl the tail down, stretch out your low back, feel the spreading at your sacrum. And then we stack the spine from the bottom to the top. And we'll turn around to the other side. It's good every once in a while to go through this a little slower, right? Because you really end up feeling that work and feeling how you've got to work to stabilize your body when you're on your sideline. I should have mentioned, if it's not comfortable for you, because sometimes it's comfortable in one hip and it's not so much on the other, you can always add extra padding for this. And many people have to. Okay, so remember, options would be either laying your arm down and your head is on it, or propping yourself up and then sort of pull the elbow towards the armpit. Second option, the top hand can press in front of the chest wall and find that work into the arm to help you feel the connection into your upper abs. Or hands come here and you pull the head longer. So we reach out with the top leg, flexing both feet, legs forward about 30 degrees, and we flex the foot to bring it forward, pulse 1 and 2. Feel that stretch, point, take it back, reach back, and now the focus here is on using the glute to open the hip without leaning forward with the torso. So you flex to bring it forward, double beat, double pulse, point, take it back, and reach it long, stretch, and stretch again. Bottom leg stays grounded, that's going to help your stability. And then point, reach it long, and open the hip, stretch it away. Let's go for one more. Keep that leg off the ground, right? You want to keep the foot in line with the top of your hip. Come back to center and lower the leg. Now we rotate externally, point the foot to kick the leg up, flex the foot to bring it down. So point, plantar flexion includes pointing across the ankle. Dorsiflexion includes flexing of the ankle as well as the foot. Point, drag the leg up, push it down. Now we're going to reverse. The flex foot lifts high, point the foot and stretch it away and pull the head away as you put the foot long and down across the room. So flex to lift, point, stretch it out, Double K, so you bend the knee in, the knee rises, pull the knee in towards your armpit, extend the leg up, flex, and reach out long. Point the foot, you slide it in. It connects to the bottom leg. Extend up, flex, and reach out and down. One more. So point and slide. Try to rotate the leg up, pull the knee in, extend the leg, flex, push it out and down. Now reverse. Straight leg up, foot is still flexed. Now you point it, you bend the knee into your armpit, you take the foot down, you skate it forward, you lengthen the leg and the waist. Flex to lift, point and bend. Exhale all the way forward, breathe out completely, pull the belly in tight, flex to go up, point and bend, and all the way out. Really pull with your arms, lengthen your neck. Rond de jambe. Now reconnect everything you can to the floor. You bring that top leg forward, rotate it up externally, internally as it goes behind you, because it has to end up in neutral coming across the center. And forward, inhale, short inhale, long exhale, just like our single leg circles on our backs. And again here, watching that the body doesn't rock forward and back away from the movement of your foot. Complete the circle and reverse. So you reach back, push your glute, open the hip. Rotate externally, pick the leg up, pull it back through center in neutral. So there's a gradual circumduction of the leg on the hip socket as you draw a circle in the air with your foot. So you reach back, you rotate forward and around, and here we go for the advanced bicycle. So top arm forward, top leg back, stretch. Kick the leg forward to your hand, leave the tail back, leave the sits bone back, feel the stretch in the hamstring. Exhale to pull the knee in, nice and tight. Easy, relaxed shoulder. Heel to the butt, swing the knee back, keep the knee at the same height. That's good, that's it. And then release arm and leg on the diagonal line. And then we kick the leg forward, hold the hips back. Exhale to pull the knee in as tight as you can. Hand slide to the foot. You rotate the leg here. On its axis, you push it back behind you. Release arm and leg on the long line. Let's do one more. So bottom leg heavy as you kick the top leg forward. Stretch out the back of the leg. Exhale, hold it in. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, release and lengthen the diagonal. Now for the reverse, the arm slowly goes up as you fold the knee back. You bring the heel in as close to your glute as you can. The toes are pointed back behind you. Good. You even push the knee back a little bit more. Now exhale to pull the knee into your chest. Try to keep a long waistline so you're not really crunching the waist, but you're really flexing at the hip. And then here, we extend the leg forward, stretch it out, and then sweep it back, reach it long. So the arm goes up as you fold at the knee, hold the heel to your butt, push the knee back. Now exhale, pull it forward. We feel the stretch in the low back by the sacrum, extend the leg out for the hamstring lengthening, and exhale, stretch your diagonal line. One more, arm rises. You pull that heel in, push the knee back, pull the knee into your chest, extend the leg, stretch it out, and then swing the leg back and the arm forward. Beautiful, figure four. So the top leg comes in front of the upper thigh of the bottom leg, and we bring the bottom leg up and exhale and down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale up, exhale down. Lift and hold, and we circle around with 1, 2, 3. Lift here, circle and reverse. 1, 2, 3. You have to use a lot of inner thigh, and then bring it down. Extend the leg out. Now, as you extend the arm out here, you want to swing the legs back so they're maybe only 10 degrees away from a vertical line of your spine. And your option, either hand in front of your chest or arms overhead, more difficult. So from here, we pick up the top leg, press the bottom leg into the mat, and then we bring the bottom leg up and then down. Bottom leg lifts and then lowers. Bottom leg up and down here, lift and hold. Now the top leg goes up and down. The bottom leg is still off the ground. One more for that top leg to lift and lower. And then the bottom leg pushes it up and brings it to the floor. So you're going up and bringing it down. Hold your body steady. It's a little terrifying, but you can imagine being on a balance beam about 4 feet off the ground. And let's swing your legs back and forth and stay on that beam. And then big swinging legs. Maybe in your mind's eye, you want to come off that beam, be on the floor now. And we'll bring the legs together, lift them, lower them. Perfect. And then onto your back heel. Congratulate yourself on getting through that whole series. Yeah, I know when people first learn it, sometimes we have to break it up into sections because it is a lot of work for that, that outer thigh and hip. But it's also a lot of work in your core just to figure out how to stay balanced on your sideline instead of on your back, because that's mainly what we practice at the beginning of Pilates work. All right, so from here, let's roll up to sitting. And we're going to do a side bend variation. This is not the most advanced one, but we hardly ever do it. So I think we ought to do it today. So we're going to go into what we call a Z-sit leg. So we come up. You can kind of see, so my legs are sort of on a diagonal. One leg is an external rotation, one leg is an internal rotation, and you sit down. So, okay. And then from here, you'll take your outside hand on the legs that are, it's out to the side away from you. Bring up the arm and you side bend in the direction that your feet are pointing. Yes. And then we lift to come up. Arms to extend, take your hand to the mat, slide out so that you're on your elbow. And then lift your waist, keep your side seat and drop your head and fingertips. Fall to the ground so you have a beautiful stretch here through your top line. Now you can press into the ground and pull up from your sideline, and then we go over again. Facing forward. Now if your head tends to drop forward, you may want to look up at your fingertips, and what that will do will bring your head back in line more with your spine. Very good if you know you have a bit of a forward head. And then lift to come up. Arms extend, we go out and over. Push the waist up, push the ribcage up. Open the side seam, you're really spreading the ribcage here on the top of your body. Push into the arm, come up and over again. You really want to feel this side seam, the side line, really lengthen. And of course, it's going to compress a little bit and knit together on the other side. That's okay, just like when you do flexion extension, the front of the body will lengthen and extension, while the back shortens, vice versa, flexion. So now here, we stay here, we lift the arm up to the side, look up at your hand, and we circle the arm through, thread the needle, and you follow the fingertips with your gaze, and you bring your gaze and your hand out, and then open it behind you, open the chest. And then scoop the arm forward and under. Pull it back, and it reaches back, follow your hand with your gaze. One more time like this. So the shoulder blades are moving here as you get this rotation. Lift the arm up, side bend over, and then pull up and try to feel more that you're pulling from your obliques to lift and a little less press in your hands. Okay, great. And then we're going to swing the legs to the other side. It's nice if you can stay sort of on your mat. Okay, and your hand to the leg where the feet are pointing, and then bring the other arm up, side bend away. And of course, don't be amazed if one side definitely feels tighter than the other or more open than the other side. Lift to come up, arms extend, you lower the arm, you skate it on out, you bend your elbow, you push the ground down so you can lift the ribcage up, and then pull yourself up, your hand can slide over, you can use your core, and then let's take it over again. Coming up here, and then diving over. Coming up, slide the arm in. Go over again. The next one will add the rotation of the top arm. So first we go out and into your side bend stretch. Then you'll lift the top arm up and back at the hands as you push it away. Circle it forward and underneath you. And then stretch it up and back, reach behind you. And then forward here. Open the chest. You feel a stretch across both shoulders as you take the arm back. And the torso back as well, and one more. Go back and open up the chest. Bring the arm up, side bend here. And then press the arm, pull it in, side bend away. Coming upright, lower that down. Okay. Just one more thing to end. We want to balance out the body. Let's do seal. So you sit in front of your mat. Take your hands between your legs, wrap your hands around your ankles. Pick up the feet and rest back on your sacrum. Open and close the legs, exhaling. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, lift the tail, roll back your blades. 1, 2, 3. Come up and 1, 2, 3. Inhale, roll back, lift your tail, clap, keep that up around. Up again, if you want to balance on your sacrum. One more time. And forward. And we are good for today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for showing up, whether in person or online. And I look forward to seeing you all next week.